Welcome back to Matchday Live. An entertaining game, but a goalless one. Chelsea and Leeds share the points this afternoon in Yorkshire. Dan, I suppose we'll start with the positives. Defensively, absolutely solid again. Leeds have scored a lot of goals this season. We spoke about that pre-match. They've scored a lot of goals against some very good teams as well. But defensively, assured, a couple of big saves from Edouard Mendy. But overall, we nullified Leeds very well today, didn't we?
Yeah, another clean sheet. I thought Rudiger had a very, very, very good game. Dominant back there. We didn't look like conceding other than those couple of chances. Brilliant save from Mendy. But yeah, another one where we should possibly have won that game. Yeah, we started putting on a lot of pressure in the second half, but didn't get a goal that we want. And a point. You got. I'm not sure if I'm happy. It feels like we really wanted and needed to win that game. But it's not a loss, and we haven't conceded. So the defence did their job, definitely.
Dan's mentioned Rudiger already, Zach, but Rudiger and Christensen today, I thought both exceptional. And again, we're talking about two players that 8, 9, 10 weeks ago now were struggling to get a look into the matchday squad. And again, another extremely assured performance from them both today.
Yeah, indeed. Christensen, brilliant. Knew when to come out and challenge the ball, knew when to back off and maybe defend the space. Was really good at that last moment when Rafinha had the ball on the left flank, defended it really well, good from corners or defensively good from corners. Defensively it was good, but there's this slight feeling that we're not taking our chances. Havertz had a good chance today that, yes, it's on his weaker foot, but should do better than putting it straight at the keeper. It felt like all of our shots today seemed to be straight at the keeper instead of maybe putting it to the side. And obviously that's harder said than done. But for sure, with the way the league table looks and Everton behind us, West Ham too, it was a game that we needed to win for sure. Again, look, better than a loss, 100% better than a loss, but it feels like a loss, which is what's so annoying because we needed those 3 points.
I think that's a fair assessment, Jason, isn't it? Not getting 3 points today will be a disappointment because of the steps that we've taken and the fact that chasing top four football things can change so quickly. Before we play a league game again, we've got Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, we've got Sheffield United in the FA Cup. So this is kind of an enforced break from league proceedings, but the teams behind us in the chasing pack have got 2 games in hand, some of them. So it does feel perhaps like it's disappointing to not come over all 3 points, but what do you think that was down to today?
I think there's things you can look at. Maybe the shape change didn't suit us. I don't want to use that as an excuse because really we didn't deserve to win this game. I thought we were poor second half. I thought we flattered, did we hurt them enough? Did we make them work hard enough defensively? Leeds really didn't have a lot of defending to do second half. I felt we weren't tested. They weren't tested enough. Didn't see Havertz second half. Disappeared out the game. Pulisic was disappointing. Werner came on. Didn't see anything of him. Too many performances where you're not getting the best out of them. And that's not going to be good enough to take 3 points. The fact that we're talking about Christensen and Rudiger, and I thought the pair of them were excellent, Christensen in particular, were our best players. And defensively, we were asked questions, throughout the game, but it wasn't like we're under siege. Strange performance from us. That's the most disappointing league performance I've seen under Tuchel. Underwhelmed, really underwhelmed with that second half performance. I felt that they were there for the taking. They look knackered as well. Some of the performances there, and that again, I'm not using an excuse here. There was no spark. There was no zip to our game. Normally there's a zip and an energy. I think Zach said it. It felt at half time like it could be a 0-0 game, and nothing got better. I thought our best period in the game was the opening 10 minutes for me, and after that, didn't really get much better.
I think it's a difficult game to dissect, really, Dan, isn't it? Because it was quite an entertaining game in the way that both teams were fairly open, but fairly open without too many sort of clear-cut chances. There weren't that many. Zach's already mentioned the Havertz chance, and I think there was a chance with Ben Chilwell as well, where he doesn't quite get a clean connection on it. But other than that, and Edouard Mendy making a good save from Rafinha, it wasn't like Jason said, it wasn't like we were under siege. So it did feel like again, a team that we know that are a threat going forward in Leeds. We did well to restrict them, but perhaps that lends itself as to why we weren't able to perhaps open up the other end, maybe.
Yeah, it was like there was a lot of football played, but there wasn't anything cutting edge. No real huge chances that they should dead on be a goal. So it was a strange game. It was strange, It felt like we could probably have played a double header and it would have still ended up 0-0. It was a strange one, but we have to lick our wounds and go again, I guess. I'm not sure if the shape change helped. It probably helped to nullify Leeds because it wasn't as outrageous a match as they are used to. But maybe that us, trying to kind of play to their strengths and nullify what they do ended up nullifying us just as much.
Zach, we've alluded to it already, but obviously a big week, Atletico Madrid in the Champions League and then Sheffield United in the FA Cup next Sunday. Is there any performances from today? I mean, obviously Christensen and Rudiger you'd expect to start. Again, we're talking about Thiago Silva with a real opportunity when he's fit again. But do you take something from today into Atletico? The fact that again we've nullified a good team going forward, and we could take that forward.
Yeah, for sure. Look, we're 1-0 up. We're 1-0 up with an away goal, and we're at home, and we've only conceded one goal to a player, and that was Minamino, and that really was also our own fault as well. Defensively, we've been fantastic under Tuchel, and if that ends 0-0, we go through to the next round. So we would probably be a lot more positive than we are now if it's a 0-0. So yeah, I think there's no Jorginho, there's no Mason Mount, which we will be missing, and that means a lot of players, in particular the kind of running that Mason Mount does and how important he was to kind of nullifying Atletico and making sure he does that, will be needed, and that may mean one person needs to do it, or it may mean that the whole team needs to maybe do a bit extra more running for it. But look, I know we didn't necessarily score a goal. There were Kanté, I thought had a really good game. He kind of intercepted, I don't know how many passes from Leeds. He just kind of did what Kanté does continuously. So it'll obviously most likely be a Kanté Kovacic midfield. That's why we rested Kova today. But yeah, there'll be a few performances, and then maybe in the FA Cup game we'll see a few more. Maybe the youngsters play. You never know. Tammy, hopefully, touch wood, will be a bit closer to being back to full fitness. Billy Gilmore might get a look into. So maybe this has come actually at a decent time where Thomas can kind of look at what's happened and why our attacking threat isn't working quite as well as our defensive threat. Because defensively, we're probably the best in the league. That and City maybe, but maybe on the attacking end that needs to improve.
I think there's a great point about, that perhaps it's come at the right time because, Jay, there is that about, we made 5 changes on Monday against Everton, 6 changes again today. Obviously, the squad is there, that, the squad is very capable at coming in and out. So perhaps the fact that we've got a cup game and a second leg in Atletico with 2 key players suspended as well for that, it is an opportunity for some players, if they are perhaps a little bit sort of fatigued and drained from the extended season, that perhaps it's an opportunity to rest a couple and then come back into the league in a fortnight's time or less than, refreshed and good to go again.
Yeah, this is disappointing, this one. Look, what we did over in Budapest, that's a really good performance, well deserved. And we go into that and we got to look forward to that. But your bread and butter today, your league form, getting back into that top 4, staying in that top 4, trying to close the gap because one of, or possibly both, are going to drop points, either United and West Ham tomorrow. Leicester have got a game. They should really take care of business against Sheffield United. They're the team we've got to try and catch. And it feels like 2 points drop. You're right. Look, we have got the FA Cup and 2 different competitions to look forward to now. But I just feel a bit deflated because I feel that was a game that got away from us there, and it just, we sleepwalked through it. Didn't make enough happen. Didn't do enough to go and get those. Because imagine taking three points here today. How that would have set us up for the next 2 games before the international break. I feel a bit like now, as opposed to going into them feeling as though a little bit more. If we attack like that against Atleti, we won't score in 10 years against them. That was not good enough going forward. Defensively, you've all made the point. We look solid. We look okay. There was this 1 or 2 half moments for Leeds, but in the other box at the moment is that we're having a bit of a not conceding, not scoring too many.
Unless West Ham win 8-0 tomorrow, then we'll remain in the top 4 this weekend. And again, in fairness, if West Ham beat Man United 8-0, they're fully deserving to go into the top 4 by the end of the weekend. But, we like you made the point, Jay, we don't play until after the international break now in terms of the league. And then we've got West Brom, Crystal Palace, Brighton before we play West Ham again, and then Fulham as well. So the run is quite kind, isn't it? And the fact, the fact we have got that ahead, Dan, if you get business dealt with in the Champions League and the FA Cup, and then you've got a nice run after the international break. This may be an opportunity. This may be an opportunity. Maybe look back at the time to go, okay, we've identified the issues, we've identified the problems, and this is where you're going to run from. And again, we're still unbeaten under Thomas Tuchel. Let's not forget that.
It's been a good start under Tuchel. We're not conceding, we're not losing. So it's bright. We are. I wouldn't say we're being greedy for 1 and 3 points today. I feel like it was there for us to go and get, and if we had got it, then we'd be, just go into this weekend into next week, with a lot more momentum. I still think we've got what we require to beat Atletico and get through to the next stage. Obviously the same with the FA Cup, and then it's back to the Prem, and we're back in with winnable games. And those 3 games, you look at those, and on paper, you should be collecting 9 points. You should be setting up kind of fearlessly and really having a go at these teams. And then that puts us in good stead for the game after, which would be the West Ham game, and it's a 6-pointer. By that point, West Ham it looks like they want to stick around the top 4 at the moment. So that it sounds silly, but the Chelsea-West Ham game actually becomes a 6-pointer for top 4.
I think you're spot on, mate. I think you're spot on. A good result for the under-18s this weekend, though. We won 2-1 against West Bromwich Albion. Goals from Bashir Humphreys and Josh Brookin. Zach, it's important as well that we spoke about the PL2 side a little bit earlier on. It's important about a good reaction as well. Disappointing result for the under-18s last week against Tottenham, but it shows good character to rebound that quickly, and that's a good mental attitude for your younger players to have.
Yeah, for sure. And you don't want a bad run to continue the second you can nip it into the bud. It is the perfect option. It's about, and even things like today, I'm pretty sure with the first team squad, they'll come out of it feeling annoyed, and they'll want to go into the next game and be like, all right, we have to make sure we get this win. We have to make sure we improve on this. Because especially being Chelsea Football Club, we expect the best, and we expect to be up there. And that's for all of our teams. And so, yeah, it's a great reaction for them, and hopefully they're the first team follow suit.
Absolutely right, mate. Well, coming up on the 5th stand, there's lots going on. You can see highlights of today's game a little bit later on, of course, and see all the post-match interviews and bits and pieces like that as well. Big week ahead for the Blues. Starts on Tuesday afternoon. We will bring you the boss, Thomas Tuchel, in his pre-match press conference. And on Wednesday, of course, is the second leg of our Champions League clash with Atletico Madrid. Blues do lead 1-0 on aggregate, of course, so make sure you join us from 6:50 to hopefully see us progress to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So it finished a point apiece at Ellen Road, our first trip to Yorkshire in over 6,000 days to play Leeds United. Unable to be separated, but a rivalry definitely renewed. Good luck to Emma Hayes and Chelsea women tomorrow, of course, in the Conti Cup final. Make sure you be cheering them on. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.